Hello, my little nerds and nerdettes. Please join us for another episode of
Dungeon Crawlers! I was trying to go higher. I lost my breath.
um. Wasn't okay, and correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there one time Frosty joined in on this, and then we all were like really taken aback by that?
Because
Yes.
he went off the fucking chain with it.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought. I remember too.
It was like over the top,
Okay.
super.
And
Okay.
he not
Not
only was he like Dungeon Crawlers, but he was like, "Wah!"
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
great.
I do remember. Okay.
Yeah,
I
it was
thought it was a
wild.
dream. I thought it was a dream.
Well, I mean, maybe it is. We just all had the same dream.
That's fucking wild. Then. Fucking wild. Anyways, welcome to tonight. Welcome back. We're a little more rested. Kind of past the holiday season. Obviously, we're going into another one here pretty quick, so we'll get like maybe 2 more episodes, maybe 3 before the Christmas season. But we're in Molten Hammer still. The group has found their way to the Beans household and have met Sarah and Harold Bean. Got a little attacked, caught off guard. That caught me off guard. You meet Harold and Sarah Bean. You get kind of attacked, and Sarah kind of steps in to calm Harold down. You learn that the Bean workshop or the Bean factory, basically the blacksmithing, has been shut down because he's lost his ability to do business and somehow doesn't own his property, and you don't know why, or they don't know why. So they kind of taken aback. You touch base with Sarah Bean, where she brings out almost like I would say like a larger rock. Very smooth, flat, has a bunch of runes inscribed on it. Placing it on the table allows you to talk to Arya. She tells you that there's many things happening for some reason over the continent of Ardar. There's some food being tainted, nobles that are going missing, just disappearing, nobles that have been assassinated, assassination attempts on higher nobility. The basically you could call them, but they are not, but the king and queens of Molten Hammer, Voyeris, and Kalor have all had attempts against them done. Um, no, she did not. But you are um, kind of given like a rundown of everything. You learn that Donovan has had some mishaps with the police, basically, causing him to kind of go a little under the rug for right now. But a small hit within his organization has basically been put out on two party members. Um, but you're not sure exactly how far that's gone, if it's stayed within his organization or if that bounty has been extended out into the greater world. You learn that the cleansing flame has kind of been making a little bit more of a presence in Omira, and unsure why or what they're doing, but it seems to be kind of linked with some of the upper nobility or people of notoriety.
Notoriety.
Thank you. Um, and so it kind of throws you off a little bit on that. You also learn that this dagger is almost not, it's not sentient, but it just quenches for blood, which caused it looks like Sophia to kind of strike out towards the party. But when presented to the rest of the group, an argument is had between one side of one group and one side of another as to whether the blade should continue to stay with one side of the group or be let seen by the other side of the group. We leave off with you guys kind of
Bickering.
in the middle of the argument. You guys are not ramped up, but you guys are kind of in this stalemate between two parties where a blade is laying directly in the center of, I believe you'd set it in the center of the table. And Evelyn had walked up, um, and you guys kind of smelled like this syrup and maple leaves as a like almost like a warm breeze flew, brushed through the living room as you kind of watch her glow a little bit around the dagger as she pulls this information and kind of relays it to the rest of the group what she finds. Um, and that's where you guys left off. You put on battle music for a second. I was like, oh baby, okay.
I was half tempted
Huh?
because the atmosphere is a little tense. I know
You
Sarah had
start
mentioned.
off with like Final Fantasy boss.
Oh, you know what?
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
That'd be great. I know Sarah said she was going to set up a place for us to stay for the night and gave us the stone and everything, but there's definitely like an elephant in the room regarding the dagger.
Yep.
I'll walk up to Sarah and just clarify how to use the stone.
Well, you just hold the stone in your palm and you think of who you would like to contact. It has to be somebody that you contacted before and has the same type of stone. Arya obviously being, oh, let's go, Final Fantasy X.
No, it's actually Chrono Cross.
Yes, it is. I am completely wrong.
They sound very similar.
I was thinking of
it's the same
Final
music.
Fantasy X when they're fighting in this is when they're in the dream world in Xanarkand.
Yeah, no, seriously, I
they're
think
running
it's the
through the
same
thing.
composers that do it.
Yeah.
And it's the same time period too.
That took me back. But you just think about who you would like to contact, and the runes will light up, and you should be able to make contact with the person. As long as they answer their end as well. But I have no need for it anymore, as Ari is somebody that I don't like to talk to anymore. So, and she kind of extends her hand out towards you and, just kind of points towards the stone like it's yours.
Yeah, I'll grab it up.
Okay.
Probably just be leaning against a wall, arms crossed, glaring at Patience, Sophia, and KB.
Okay. Well, right now, the table is about like 4.5, 5 feet long in a circular fashion. And the dagger sits right in the center right now. Along with the stone that Sophia just picked up, though. As you guys kind of stand around it, KB and Sophia and Patience on the one side, the right-hand side, and Evelyn and Axel and Nova on the left-hand side. Nova leaning up against the wall. You guys kind of stare at each other after you have this kind of minor disagreement.
So after a few moments, I'd probably blurt out, so if it wasn't for the fact that we needed to meet with Arya, was that little blade going to remain a secret?
Well, it wasn't a secret. We all knew that we
Well,
had
what
it.
happened with it?
Yeah, I was gonna keep it. Of course.
No, I mean, like, what happened with it? The fact that it unconsciously took control of Sophia.
Oh, I don't know.
I really hadn't had the right opportunity to bring it up.
Yeah, I don't think it was a secret. I think it just hadn't come up yet.
I mean, it's not like we were gonna not tell you.
Well, you certainly didn't want us to know who had it.
Well, that was a matter of confusion. I mean, this motherfucker with the silver tongue. I, I saw him put it in his freaking sock, and then he just convinced me that I had it. How
That's
do you
my
think I
point.
feel?
I know, that's my point.
Yeah, I would prefer that Axel not have it. If that's, I thought that was clear.
And if he is gonna have it, might want to keep it bundled up or not
Uh,
touching it.
Sophia's not trained with a knife, but if it causes someone to try to attack one of us, I think the person least proficient in knife work should probably have it.
Exactly what I was trying to say. Thank you.
I mean, it's not a secret. It's just my opinion.
So then I'm gonna say, well, so it seems like the blade only does whatever it did to Sophia when it hasn't been quenched, so wouldn't simply giving it a little bit of blood take away the worry of that happening?
Probably, yeah. You got a blood sacrifice ready,
I
ready and
mean,
handy.
if Axel can take a look at it, I'm willing.
It's on the table.
I'm gonna walk
Oh.
up to the dagger and run my finger along the blade. Just to barely cut my finger.
Okay.
Do I notice it do anything when I do that?
Ouch. Tailspin. Da da da. You take 2 points of piercing damage. As you run your you take your finger and you touch the blade and you begin to run your finger along the edge, and it is surprisingly like razor sharp. So it's one of those cuts where like at first you don't feel it and you just keep running your finger, not realizing like it's getting a little deeper as you push along the blade. And you begin to bleed a decent amount. You watch as the blood kind of coats the edge of the blade where you kind of ran your finger, and 0.2 like 0.5 seconds later you watch as the blade immediately just, and the blood just kind of gets sucked into the blade.
I'm gonna kind of look at it a little bit in awe, just because it's fascinating.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
What? No. No. Actually, hold on. I have advantage on wisdom saving throws. So that's okay. Wisdom saving throw. Really? Okay, a 12.
12. Okay. As you run your finger along the blade and you kind of stop at the cross hilt where the blade kind of like the metal or the sharp portion kind of ends, and you watch the blood kind of get sucked into the blade. Almost like an attraction takes you over for the blade, and it's just a really nice dagger, and you really want it. You kind of instinctually, run your finger kind of along the not the like the sharp part of the blade, but the flat part of the blade, and then you run your fingers down and you grab the cross, the hilt, and you kind of pick it up and you turn it in your hand slightly. And like in your head, what you think is, a split second that you're staring at the blade. All of you watch like awkwardly as she's like 5, 6 seconds rolls by and she's just kind of like holding the blade and kind of like rotating it in her hand. Just like holding it.
Put it down.
Tells you to put it down. You kind of nod and smile, and you take the blade, and as she looks like she's gonna put it down, and as you go to put it down, she just kind of like, not pockets it, but like kind of like shoves it in her belt.
I was gonna say
I'm
I wouldn't
gonna
have
try
actually.
and mage hand it before she puts it away.
Hold. I actually wouldn't try to put it on the table. If anything, I would have tried.
Well, I
to
mean,
hand
you
it-
make.
I
Yeah,
would have
you
tried
make
to
like a
handle it
move.
to Axel if I did anything, but I don't. Basically, like, I don't even try to get rid of it. I try to put it on my person.
Yeah, you just kind of like.
If she tries to take it, I'm gonna mage hand it out of her.
So is that contested if I'm holding on to it?
Yes.
What do I roll?
So should I roll intelligence versus like her strength?
It would be. It would be against her strength. Mage.
Intelligence is my spellcasting ability for mage hand.
Oh, and charisma is my. Well, it wouldn't. It's no. I wouldn't. It wouldn't
It would
be.
be your
It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
it
It
would
would
be
be
your
because you're trying to
strength.
pull it away from me, so it would be strength. That makes sense.
I'm pretty sure it would be your.
It says intelligence in parentheses.
Yeah, I think it would be your. Mm,
So I have mage hand from telekinetic, the telekinetic feat, and in the feat
Yep.
it says its spellcasting ability is the ability increased by this feat, and I increased intelligence. So the spellcasting ability
Yeah.
for my mage hand is intelligence.
I remember reading something like that for a different spell that I had, where it's like if you had that spell already, you actually increase it,
Yeah.
or can use your proficient, whatever, not your proficient, your preferred ability.
What did I miss?
Oh, you missed some shit.
okay, so it would be.
We're rolling dice right now against each other.
It would be your strength versus. Well, we'd be able to use the major hand to grab object cut up an object opponent unless it is the arcane trickster Lagarde-domain type.
Leisure to men.
Yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Arcane trickster. You can use an appropriate ability check for the mage hand ability. Allows for ability check, sleight of hand to steal some arrows, for instance, or strength to overcome his or her grip on their bow or item, as a couple of examples. So it would be strength.
Yeah,
it would
no,
be
it
the
makes total
strength. It would
sense.
be it would be the strength of the mage hand against your strength is the way that I'm reading this. And you,
The strength of the mage hand to grab it out of my hand.
yeah.
So would that be?
Or am I?
Does the hand have
Well,
a
the-
strength
the-
stat, or is
The
it
strength
like?
is probably 10 pounds. The hand can carry up to 10 pounds.
Yeah, and it can carry up to 10 pounds. All right, where's my rule? Where's my rule, man?
Frosty,
Frosty.
help!
Where's my rule, gremlin? There's your interpretation. If you run the game like a video game, your spells can cast over and over. Use me to drop a vial. Ask the vial how it casts miss.
I didn't realize that Nova picked it up to like run her hand along it. Once she's picked it up, I don't think Mage Hand could retrieve it.
See, it's kind of what I'm reading, but I'm not 100%, and I don't want to.
I'm fairly certain Mage Hand can't wrestle the object away. I would have had to move it before she grabbed it, and I didn't do that. So.
Well, it's saying it can manipulate objects, take things.
Yeah, but from what I'm reading, and this is where I see where you're coming from, is that taking airs out, like taking something from somebody, and if you're like sneakily, you can do that because it's not considered an attack or like a concentration.
once she's put it away, if it's in a spot I could grab it, then I could
Yeah.
take it. But since she's holding it, I can't wrestle it away from her.
Well, and she does take it, and she's not holding it, and she kind of like sticks it in her belt.
Yep.
And then like lets go.
Yep.
Or she doesn't let go. That's up to Nova.
I probably
you-
wouldn't, because I would have been. If anything, I would have had maybe the intention to give it to Axel. If I'm not, I don't know. Like, what is? You said I really like it, so I guess I'm trying
You
to
come
understand.
kind of like you become like enamored by the blade, and you
So
almost
then I
forget that you
probably-
have it, and you kind of like just instinctually, like you would like putting on a belt or something. Like you just almost don't it's just like you don't even think about it. You just take the blade and you kind of slide it in your belt buckle,
Then I'll say, Nova,
and then
give the blade back to KP. There's no reason we weren't touching it.
and it kind of you're taken back. You're like, well, what do you mean?
Nova?
What do I mean by? What do you mean? Like I don't know that
Confused.
I have it, or just confused that I
Like-
have to give it?
Like you're confused that you had it. Like you don't remember like that second where you stuck it into your belt buckle. Like you remember kind of taking it up and looking at it, and then like you thought you set it back down on the table.
So okay, so then I'll look at you confused.
Let KP take it from you. Don't touch it.
Take it then. And I'll like point at the table while I'm looking at you.
Nothing's on the table.
I'm probably not looking at the table. I'm looking at Sophia, but ushering to the table. Like, go ahead.
Look at the table.
I'm gonna. I can already see. My mind's gonna go with this. I'm gonna look at the table and look back, kind of confused, and be like, "Well, you already took it, I guess, or one of you
You
did."
have it. It's on your side.
That's
Let-
your left hand,
please.
Dale.
Let KB have it. Do not touch it.
Mm. Well, I thought Axel should look at it.
Axel should not have it. Nobody should touch it.
This is exactly why we tried to not have people touch it.
Well, the whole point was to give it blood so that it'd be safe to handle.
It's not safe to handle. Nova, you don't even remember taking it.
I'm gonna look at my belt buckle where I placed it.
A very intricate blade is sticking kind of out of your like little belt that's holding your clothes up, and it's just kind of like stuffed right into your little belt belt side.
I'm gonna run out the door. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. Do I still feel like an enamored
Stop,
because
thief.
I'm not holding it anymore? Do I no longer feel that pull to keep it, correct? Or do I
Right now,
still feel
no.
it?
It's a very nice blade sitting at your side.
Please.
I'm just really confused. I'm not really sure what happened.
I know how you feel. I don't remember attacking anyone either. This blade does weird things. But let KB have it.
I'm gonna grab a cloth off the table and put it over the hilt and grab the dagger from my side and put it back on
Okay.
the table.
Okay, so you watch as Nova reaches kind of like across the table. She grabs a tablecloth. Nova, what you just described to me happens perfectly. Everybody else, you watch as Nova takes the tablecloth and like about halfway across her body drops the tablecloth and reaches down and grabs the knife and just kind of holds it there. And now she's just, it's not like pointing it at you guys, but she's like holding it sideways. Like kind of like she's just holding it like against her chest. And then she's like, okay. It's on the table.
Oh my god, this has turned into a nightmare. I'm so confused.
Question.
Yeah.
Mage Hand might not be able to grab it from her hand. But what about my astral arm?
I mean, that would basically
Oh,
be
for
you.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would basically be
But
you.
but would
It would be
that
your
count as
sh-
me touching it though? Because it's like kind of like my essence, I guess.
Isn't
Guess
it
you'll
kind of
find out.
technically attached to you?
It's not like a part of me, but it is like me in a way. So, fuck it. Let's try. Let's limit test here. Let's see what this thing can do. Since apparently that's what Nova wants to do.
No, I had completely pure intentions. I'm like, okay, give it a little, like a drop of blood or something, and it'll be quenched. Was literally my thought behind it.
Are you making a
so-
lunge, Patience?
I'm not like lunging, but I
Are you
will
grabbing
bring
at
out the
blade?
arm and I will attempt to grab it. Yes.
So your strength versus her strength.
Pretty sure is higher.
Yours?
Mine.
Hell no.
That'd be a yeah, I can't fucking
Well,
say.
but I can, with my astral arm, I can use my wisdom in place of strength.
I see
Or
the arm.
checks.
I can see the arm going in, right?
You can see the what? Sorry.
Ray, you roll a 15.
Oh,
Okay, so that makes it a 19
Alright.
plus my wisdom.
And I need to roll. Where can I find it? There it is. Strength. 17.
17. Okay. So, before you're able to react,
Hey.
Nova,
look at my phone.
you holding the kind of the dagger against your chest, all of a sudden you feel it plucked from your hand.
I rolled a 17.
And
I rolled a 19.
Oh, you got 15 plus. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you
And-
said 15, so I was like,
No, the dice rolls
The-
15,
gotcha,
and he
okay.
gets to add his body.
Yeah.
sick.
the dagger's plucked from your hand, and your immediate reaction is violence to lunge towards Strat.
Patience.
Or Patience. Sorry. To lunge toward
No,
Patience.
to him personally.
Lunge through the screen,
Listen
going
here,
for
you
the throat.
Strat. Patience. Damn it. Now you got me saying it. Patience.
Patience. Do you want here? Let me pull up my arm stuff so we can see
Oh, yeah.
how it rolls.
Patience.
Mhm.
As
Yes.
you grab the blade
Sweet.
and pull it back, about halfway back, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. $11.
11.
With advantage, since it's the astral arm and not his real arm. Aw.
It's not even
That was
part,
a
it's not even
stretch,
part
but I
of his
like it.
body. I mean, he shouldn't even need to roll.
It's his essence, though. It connects on a deeper point
Her.
within his body. Her body. I'm so thrown off. I don't know. My brain doesn't work today.
This- I
but
know
all-
I know I sound like a guy, but that's because I am. I am. She is not.
Let's just put it this way. I have babysat 2 grown children at work this week, and if it was legal for me to beat them without HR getting involved, I probably would. It's been a
I
long
don't see
week.
what that has to do with anything.
Has
My
everything.
brain
to do with
saying-
everything.
Are you
fried.
saying you want to beat my ass?
No, I'm saying that I can't think straight because I've done nothing
Okay.
but write reports and give written warnings all week.
that sounds
dang
fun.
it. No, it sucked.
Okay.
And this
Well,
is
11,
this is my
11,
fun. Um,
11 was my
but
result.
you watch as the dagger is plucked midair, and on the way back, all of a sudden, the dagger disappears. Just like that.
Whoa, what?
You don't notice. As far as you're concerned, you had the dagger. And you set it down on the table. You took it away from Nova. Nova, you lunge at Patience. So just make an attack, unarmed attack. Like you lunge out like scratch.
Unarmed. I rolled my fuzzy dice and I rolled a 9.
9? Okay.
Does
I'm
not.
going to assume that misses.
Yeah.
But for the rest of the group here, you guys are sitting around, and Nova, bewildered, all of a sudden like jumps across the table and makes like a swipe with her hand at Patience, and then all of a sudden you're kind of like, what the fuck? And you're sitting on the table now, confused, Nova. And now Patience is like holding, like she's standing there, and both of her astral arms are kind of like sitting out like this, like hands up, like whoa. So you kind of see like this Shiva, like 2 hands up like this, and then her regular hands down like this.
What the hell is going on?
I think you thought you put the thing down, but you didn't.
I did though.
No, you didn't. The rest of us
Twice
all
now.
saw that, right?
Twice now you did not put the blade down.
Well, where is
Yeah,
it
you
then?
grabbed the
You
tablecloth.
told
and
me
then
not to touch it.
I grabbed it not with my actual hands.
You grabbed it?
Not with my actual hands.
Where is it then?
Do I see it?
Can you imagine? Yeah, as far as you're concerned, you put it on the table. You grabbed it and you dropped it on the table.
It's on the table. Look, right there.
Where?
I thought you grabbed it, but you don't have it.
Wait.
Oh, not you too. Patience,
Fuck.
stand still. Look at me.
Okay. Look.
Do you trust me?
Yes. I mean, it's okay.
Look at me.
Is something not
Stop.
what?
Stop. KB, go up to Patience
Mhm.
and grab the blade off of her. Do not touch it with your hand. Patience, stare at me.
Okay.
I'll stare right back at Patience.
Okay.
I'll take the cloth that I had wrapped around it in my boot.
Look at me.
Just put it in my hands. Can I see where it is on Patience? Do I see it on her belt or anywhere? Can I give her can I do an ocular assessment?
Roll a perception check.
Ocular assessment.
Ocular assessment. My
Ocular
new
assessment.
favorite. My new
That is-
favorite word.
That is excellent.
Please give her an ocular assessment, my sir.
Not too close.
17.
17. Okay, so Patience standing there with her hands up. Sophia's like
All
you
four
doing
hands.
like the motherly, like, just look at me. It's fine. Just look at me. And they're like having this little conversation, and Patience is like, yeah. And KB, you're kind of doing this like once over. You walk around, and you go behind, because out of the corner of your eye, you see Harold just like against the wall, like staring at the back of Patience, and you're like, what the fuck? And you kind of like slowly make your way around Patience until you get to like the back of her, and you're expecting the dagger to be shoved into like a belt, like in the back of her belt, like in the pants or whatever. What you see is a dagger halfway up the back, with almost like salamander hands out of the dagger, and one eye on the blade hilt staring out at you. And it's
What the
kinda
fuck?
it's like holding on to her back, just like on the back of the clothing, just like hanging on.
No.
What
With
the
the
fuck?
And as you come around, you kind of look back at Harold, and you look at the dagger, and the dagger just kind of. And you just go.
Winks at you.
This
it
thing is
lays
a goddamn
flat.
shoo-shoo.
The blade is not like in her shoulder blade, right? It's flat.
It's like in the
against her?
it's in the crevice of her back. You know, like when like a
It's not
like
like
a,
it's not like embedded, right?
no. Like
It's
you know,
just
like a really buff
Gotcha.
person, and they have like that
Yeah.
fold down the center. It's like crevice itself in there, and it's just like hanging out.
Okay.
And after like the moment.
Look at me.
And the moment you catch it and you see it, the eye closes and the blade hilt goes like back to like a regular hilt, and you're kind of like, whoa!
But
You're
it's
doing
still
great,
there.
Patience. Look
But
at
it's still
me.
kind of holding itself there.
Look
Yeah.
at me.
Okay. I'll try to put the
I was just
cloth
trying to help.
around it.
I thought this
Like-
would work.
You know what I
Clearly
mean?
something
Trap a
went
moth.
wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my two hands out like palms up for you to grab.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I heard a lot going on just then. So Sophia, you walk up, hands out, and you kind of grab hold of Patience's hands.
Like straight out of like belly button level, palms up,
Okay.
like for her to put her hands on mine.
Okay. The two
Yeah.
astral arms still sticking up like so.
Yeah, they might relax a little bit and like kind of
Okay.
hang down, you know, kind of
And
But
KB, you're going to
real
grab
arms grab.
the blade.
hmm
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use like I'm gonna put the cloth like over it so that it can't see anything, like with two hands, and then just slowly bring my two hands together, and then grab it with the cloth.
Two things happen.
Oh
One,
boy.
roll a strength like a strength check to see if you can pull it off of Patience. And two, Sophia, as you're having a conversation with Patience and you're like, it's fine, everything is fine, you watch as her eyes almost glass over for like a split second, and you watch as she kind of like,
I'm gonna squeeze her hands.
yep, and you watch her go like this, and she starts turning, and both of the hands go back like they're gonna try and grab KB.
Oh
So,
shit.
KB,
The astral arms or the regular arms?
the astral arms. She tries to let go of Sophia and goes to toss Sophia away, and she wants to make a lunge backwards, but both of the hands go almost like inverted and back towards KB. So, make a
Patience about to kick my ass.
KB, you go to grab the dagger and you're like, what the fuck? And you're like, go to pull, and it's just like on her shirt. And then you look up and you see two blue hands come down and grab you right at your shoulder. And
Am I making a check for this?
you're making a toss.
You're
You're gonna fucking huck KB.
okay. So
Don't do it.
Can't make the jump myself, you're gonna have to toss me. Don't tell the elf.
don't tell the elf.
Wait, can KB?
That's an 18.
No, but wait, James. Can part of this force help KB pull the dagger off of Patient's back?
No, because he rolled really low. So he gets it and he's trying to pull it, and at the same time, oh shit! And just like he tries to hold on, and it's just, if he'd been a little bit stronger, maybe. But the fact that it's like,
a 10.
yeah, but the fact that he rolled so low, it's like he's just getting started. Like he almost just barely touches and kind of pulls it, and all of a sudden he's like, whoa, and just gets hawked. So you rolled a what?
An 18.
18. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, KB.
Make a KB. I will say make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can't avoid. See if you can beat the, yeah. Now.
14.
So you guys watch as her eyes glass over, and Sophia, you manage to keep both hands kind of in front of you as she goes to like turn and look behind her, and all of a sudden you just see and you watch KB go across the room, hit the wall, and take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as he hits the wall and kind of like finds himself sitting against the wall like shit.
I fucking told you guys. On the other side of the room.
And
Fucking
at that
told you.
moment, the moment you toss KB patience, like you just all of a sudden you're still like you come back to like you're talking to Sophia like, yeah, it's fine, no big deal, no big deal.
It just like it didn't even happen like to me. Just the arms did it.
Yeah, like you just reacted without even knowing what you did.
So you're back in the present, talking to Sophia like, yeah, I'm looking at you. We're good.
I never
it over
left.
yet? Yeah, it's over yet? Is it over yet?
What,
Yeah,
what
I'm
happened?
gonna try my best to I'm gonna do my best to act like I didn't see anything happen. And I'm just gonna keep talking to her. Like, you're doing good. You're doing great.
Is
Okay.
this normal for your
Shush.
group?
Shush.
Oh, okay. It's
You
on
tr-
his
you-
back though.
You
Like-
trust me, right, Patience?
Yeah, of course.
Does he
If I ask
know
you to
that it
do
has
something,
arms?
You'll do
Like,
it?
Okay. Talking.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna cast a spell on you. And you're gonna feel a weird sensation flow through you. You're gonna have to let it happen, okay?
Okay.
You trust me? It should feel good. You'll enjoy this.
Oh.
No, I'm good. Oh, okay.
But you have to let it happen. You can't resist it. Do you promise?
Oh, baby.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I kind of now I'm a little concerned. Like, what am I agreeing to?
with my free hand, I'm gonna pull out the book, flip through a couple of pages. You ready?
I guess. Yes.
And
Orgasm station. Woo
I'm
woo.
gonna put the book kind of like underneath my arm and with my free hand wave it, and I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on Patience. And you're about to find everything hilarious.
Oh
Do you
boy.
do you willingly fail the save?
I don't know. Am I in a capacity where I can willingly fail to save?
Yeah, you can willingly fail it.
Then yes.
So you fall into a fit of laughter, incapacitated.
My God, what the hell is this spell?
And then I'll look at KB. Try again.
Oh, no.
Maybe
This is fucking crazy.
KB's like, I'm fucking done. You guys figure this shit
All
out.
right. I'll do it one more time.
Okay, I mean, right now
How
she's
long does this
laughing
last?
and rolling around. So
I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh with her. Like
You guys are
it's
just
gonna be
laughing
like
together.
the most
Oh my
most fake laugh. Like I'm just terrified out of my mind.
Sophia, you should. I'm surprised you never tried to go into comedy.
are you trying again, KB?
Yeah, can I sort of, when I walk back over there, signal to Harold, kind of like, hey, give me a hand with this.
Oh, okay. Oh, what
Now
did
you're
he?
implicating him.
So I'll again kind of take the cloth. I'll hold it.
Oh, let me turn her over. So he rolls her off because she was laying on her back. So he turns her over
Okay,
so you're
yeah.
face down under the ground right now. Okay. Well, let's. Big guy. The help too? No. She's kind of rolling her. No, you don't. Okay, I'll hold her
No,
down.
we can do it. We can do it. Yeah. I'll put the cloth back on there. I want to. Yeah, I guess I just want Harold to like hold her, like at her shoulder blades and hips, down flat, and then I'll try to pull. Like he's pushing down, and I'll pull up.
Okay, I'm
towards
gonna
me.
roll to see what his strength will be and how well he holds. Okay. Okay, so like this, and you see him like he like sits next to her and just barely puts his hands on. He puts his hands on both of the astral hands. Okay, so like hold her like this. Got it.
So can you hold him?
Is
Can you
that
hold-
doing anything?
Jesus Christ.
I rolled a natural.
Well, I'll just pull.
Oh,
I don't know how long the laughter lasts. I'll just try to pull.
lasts
Okay.
until I take damage, or for like a minute,
Yeah.
right?
Can I offer to help?
Yeah, if you want to.
Watching this painful scene unfold.
And
Like-
what do I roll again? Strength.
Strength, and it'll be with advantage if Evelyn's gonna help you. All I can imagine is Axel sitting against the wall, like, you guys are fucking idiots.
I know. I thought about telling him to help, but I figured he would be offended, so I didn't bother.
There we go.
16.
Nice.
16. Okay.
It's not
Do you
hard to
technically have
offend
guidance
Axel.
on that too?
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do.
D4 plus 1. Or D or plus D4.
And that didn't hurt. I'm doing. Do I need to type roll? It won't do R here.
I think
I
it's like
don't-
exclamation point roll.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Well, regardless,
Oh yeah. Okay. There we go.
16 is enough.
4.
Total
So
of 20.
Dirty 20.
Let's go.
Damn.
Dirty 20 is good. 20 is a 20. But as you kind of brace yourself and you look and you notice Harold, I don't know, he's helping, but he's not helping. He's
Yeah,
still holding
yeah.
nothing down.
He's like a child who wants to help, and you let him, but they're not really helping. Yeah.
Yeah, he's more or less holding down things that aren't really there, and then like kind of like I don't know, like really,
Man-
yeah. He's
Man's
just
like
really
a savant in the forge, but anywhere else he's
Yeah.
not.
not a whole lot going on.
Yeah. Lights are on, but nobody's home.
Nobody's home. But you manage to get a good hold of the dagger, and before she reacts, you just get a really, really good grip, and you can feel it kind of like holding on tighter than it should, and you're just really confused and kind of awestruck and disgusted all at the same time. But you quickly pluck the dagger, and it actually rips off pieces of the flag of her, like her vest or her clothes that she's wearing. Like one portion of the clothes kind of rips just a little bit in the back. Patience,
And underneath you see rippling muscle.
make an attack.
Oh,
She's incapacitated.
Mhm.
She
This
cannot
is
attack
true.
while he cannot attack while incapacitated.
She's not attacking.
oh,
Oh,
oh. With the arm, yeah.
So let's see here. Harold, Evelyn, and
KB.
KB.
Sophia.
I'm rolling an astral arm attack, yeah.
Well, roll up just a d20 for me.
Oh, okay.
That and just kill Harold.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, 'cause
Solve
Let me do
multiple
that,
problems
like,
in one
Jesus.
go.
One less quest we gotta do.
5.
5? Okay. Luckily, you don't attack, but all of a sudden the astral arms flail out, and you watch as Harold kind of gets pushed back like a foot or two, and he's like, "Oh!" And then Patience, you kind of like snap to. You're still laughing, but you know, as far as you're aware, nothing has happened yet.
Help! Stop it!
But the dagger is in your hands, KB.
I'll wrap it up in the cloth. A few times. It's, so it's pretty well concealed. I'll just walk over to. I assume Axel's still at the table. I'll just walk over there. I'll set it on the table in the cloth. I'll just set it down. Say, if you want it, have it. Something goes wrong, just fucking kill it.
Yeah, Axel would have been doing something, but Frosty was busy vomiting his stomach out for fucking 20 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Damn.
buddy.
Are you okay?
Oh,
I had a gallbladder attack. I'm all good now. Okay.
Oh,
fuck.
man, I'm sorry.
I need to get it removed, but my surgeon is backed up until January, so fuck.
I have the same
Damn.
problem.
Hey,
Fuck.
Yep.
That's awful.
Not gallbladder,
sorry,
but
man.
yeah, I have to
bro,
wait.
it's literally the worst pain I've ever felt in my life when it gets really bad.
Oh, man.
It feels like my
Sorry, Frosty.
stomach is eating itself from the inside out.
Have they given you a
Oh.
date? Have they given you a date?
No, they just said they're backed up until January, so
You
They
can,
couldn't even schedule you?
but when it gets like this and almost emergency type stuff,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
actually push that through.
yeah.
And I would tell them that you feel like it's gonna rupture, and they have to. That's like life threatening. So. That's
Well, my
wild.
MRI didn't show any signs of inflammation, so
Man, that's fucked.
That sounds like a bad. Sounds
Yeah,
like a bad.
it's-
You should.
We got all sorts of
Trying to
people in
get
here
that-
that are fucked up. We got one gallbladder dude, one head split lady, and then Zit boy here. So,
Yeah,
Jesus.
I was puking mid combat Monday during D&D, so I feel for him. I do.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, hey, yeah. By the way, stream. I love you guys, and we'll stream for you. But you two, we stop if you guys start feeling like that. This is just a game. We can continue on another day. So,
never.
yes. But, I guess shit. 20-minute puking. So you missed a lot.
So I was gonna say because
I still have my headphones in. I was just throwing up
Oh,
into a bag.
gotcha.
I was just throwing
Oh,
up into a
damn.
bag.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
Buddy. Okay.
Yeah, so dagger on the table. He'll say to him, I guess he's just been like standing still for now, just watching all this unfold. He'll say, "What made you change your mind?"
I don't know why we're fighting about this. I never cared this much about it in the first place. I just don't care anymore.
Basically, KB throwing his hands in the air like, you've seen what's happened with this shit. You want it, you have it.
You want it, you have it. If we die, we die.
Just sort of gesture nonchalantly and say, "Fair enough." And I'll tentatively walk over and pick up the cloth wrapped bundle.
Sophia
feel-
will end the spell and just stand there with her jaw to the floor.
My precious.
You watch as Axel kind of stands up, takes a couple steps to the right where the table is, and kind of looks at the group, reaches down, like with his big hand, and kind of scoops up the cloth. And within the cloth, you feel, a very sturdy hilt, very sturdy blade, and you are now holding the dagger. As the kind of cloth falls off the tip of the dagger, and you do see some of them the actual dagger itself, but you're still holding the cloth over the actual blade.
Okay. Give me a second.
Take your time.
Is there an empty space in this room 6 feet in diameter?
I wouldn't say 6 feet. Well, I mean, the living room there, if you move the table and stuff out of the way, yeah, you can make it 6 feet.
Say, I'm good at moving furniture.
Yeah.
Proficient.
Sure, yeah. I'll temporarily move it over so that I can lay out the portable hole, and I'll put the dagger in there.
You guys watch as the things get moved around in the living room. Evelyn, you help Axel kind of move things around, and you takes out almost like a pitch black handkerchief, and unfolds and lays out this giant black hole.
And I'll deposit it in there and wrap it back up.
Okay. Kind of sticks his arm in, and when he comes back, the dagger is gone, and he begins to fold up the hole.
As we all sit dumbfounded at the events that have transpired.
Am I still fucking laughing my ass off?
No.
No, I had that.
Oh, okay.
And I'll
Jesus,
I'll kind
why am I so winded?
I'm gonna kind of ignore patients, sit there for maybe 3 seconds quietly, and then I'm gonna look over at Nova and just be like, "I'm sorry."
For what?
I should have told you right away. You're our friend too.
Yeah, we should trust each other. Sorry, I thought that giving it a little blood would make it easier to handle, but obviously I didn't understand it well enough.
I'd still prefer KB have it, but I'm fine with Axel holding it as well.
Well, it's
But you've
safely
seen
in
now
the
what
hole.
happens. You've seen what happens. This wasn't what I expected. I hope this is enough to convince you as well how dangerous it is and why we did not want it to come out.
I'm well aware of how dangerous it is, but for your information, I know a lot more about unwanted compulsions than you do.
And I guess it's in good hands.
Yeah, it is.
And I'll fake a smile at Axel.
He
He just kind of narrows his eyes and just
14 on deception.
Oh, the fake smile. You can cut the tension with a knife in this room right now. We all need to have like one of those love retreats where you go and learn how to like be compassionate and embrace each other and share the love and the positive energy. We need to go on one of these retreats as a group.
I think patients would hate that.
Oh, well, so would Axel. Oh my god.
KB would love that.
And
There's too many things out there. There's too many things out there trying to kill us. We've already got enough problems. If we need to trust each other, and we do trust you. With all the things happening, it never came up, and
Yeah,
but
with
it
all
was
the
still
things
wrong.
with all the things that are happening and the group of us being together and coming up against all this shit together. If we can't trust each other, then who can we?
You're right.
And I'm gonna stand up and go and just sit by Nova.
I'm gonna kind of I was gonna say solidarity. That's not the right word. Damn. Like, basically I'm gonna pat my hand on Sophia's back. I can't think of the word I wanted to use. It's not solidarity. But, like, kind of like, what is it? Man, it's gonna kill me until I remember what it's called. It's not like when you offer something.
good?
You get what I'm saying. I like kind of pat your back when you sit down next to me, kind of like to say, yeah, alright, we gotta get past this shit.
I agree. We good?
We're good.
And Sophie will just let out a big stretch, and then go back over to my patients. And sorry about that.
Yeah, Paige.
that was
Why were
funny.
you laughing so hard, by the way?
Don't really know. What the hell was that?
Yeah, what was so funny?
I haven't laughed that hard since you punched out old one leg's wooden leg in that fight. How he couldn't stand up for 2 more days afterward.
That was pretty funny. But I don't think I've ever laughed like that.
Ginge, what time of day is it?
It is getting to be probably around that like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock mark in the evening, like nighttime, because you guys have spent a good portion of the day making your way over there, checking on, people, trying to find stuff, trying to find their establishment. So yeah, it's getting to be late evening at this point.
I'm gonna walk into the kitchen to see if I can find Sarah.
Oh, they're both sitting there
never
watching
mind.
your whole group. They're just like Harold more than Sarah. Sarah's kind of sitting around the corner, just like sipping on tea or something like that, just like watching you guys as Harold is like dumbfounded.
I'm gonna look at Sarah, kind of like nothing even happened. So, I'd be happy to help with dinner.
Yeah, all right, we can do that. You guys are an interesting group at that. Kind of reminds me of my old days. But sounds good. Let's see what we can make.
And I will get up and go with her to the kitchen.
Which is like 10 steps. You guys were kind of in the living room, kitchen-y area. But you guys begin to kind of whip up something as the rest of the group. You guys are kind of putting, Evelyn's kind of like scooching the furniture back into its appropriate place and like turning the table to make sure it's like where it was exactly. Like she's even
tablecloth.
lining up like, well, she's even lining up like where the couch, where she like they scooched the couch and she's putting it back almost exactly where like the little imprints on the carpet were. She's like moving it back and like making sure it fits perfectly and just kind of she's just there. But you guys begin to make kind of like soups and sandwiches, like almost like a grilled cheese and tomato soup type deal.
Oh.
So while they're cooking, what are the rest of you guys doing, if anything?
That's a no.
I would just be chilling with patience.
Well, that being said, then, after probably about 35-ish minutes, maybe-ish, supper is ready, and you guys are all invited to sit down at the table and eat. And while you're sitting at the table and eating, Sarah kind of looks up while you guys are eating, and so, what's you guys' plans while you're here in the city? Are you guys leaving immediately to go do those chores for Arya, or you're welcome to stay here for the night, obviously. At this point, I think it'd be too late for you to try and get back to the outer ring.
Well, I don't think with the lockdown, I'm not sure how soon we'll be able to leave. So we'll be here at least a little while. I don't want to speak for the whole group, but I figured while we were here, maybe we help you look into your business troubles that you've had.
Well, if that is the case, she stands up from the table, kind of walks upstairs. Guys, the rest of you guys are kind of confused at the table or at the table. She comes back about 5 minutes later, and she slides a card across the table in your general direction, KB, as you were the one that kind of spoke up.
I'll pick it up and check it out.
Okay. Control find. Molten hammer. There we go. I spelled it wrong. this will give you access into the back portion of the marbled library, or the marbled spire, where the deeds and documents are spent. This basically says that you are our litigation. You are our lawyers looking for information on the deeds and titles if you are questioned about it. We were given no answers and told to look in certain spots. We do feel like it's been moved against our will, and we are unsure. The marbled spire and the contents of all the important documents within Molten Hammer is kind of headed. Oh, can't. Sorry. Here we go. As I sift through my millions of notes. It is held up by Uferin Pelfid. She is a gnomish she is a gnomish advisor to the king and queen, but she keeps track of all the records and information here within the city, and pretty much heads up all the licensing and whatnot that goes on throughout the city, and who comes and goes, trade routes, and information are all kept within her area. She has several assistants and attendants that kind of do her bidding down there. But this should give you access to the second portion of the marbled spire that allows you to, look for deeds.
Can you describe exactly?
Imprinted on that and stamped with approval. You'll be looking for a symbol. Let me see if I can find one here in the house. She walks kind of into the next room, and you hear like drawers and like whatnot being pulled out. And she comes back with kind of like a little emblem, and it's a bean with a leaf that comes out of the top side of it, and then on the bottom side of the bean is a giant hammer hitting an anvil. This should be
Can I-
stamped on the outside of the scroll.
Can I have this?
Yes, of course.
No, take that and put it in
What
my
was
pocket.
the name of the advisor? Ufrin what?
The the advisor is Uferin Pelfid.
I just took a
UV
lot of notes.
FORUN PELFID.
Okay, and then this card gives us access to the second portion of the building?
The second portion of the marbled spire.
Okay, just making sure I have my notes correct.
Um, that should allow you to search within certain sections of the marbled spire. There are other sections that are limited and the access is cut off, but the deeds and files should not be within those areas and sections or those halls. But this will allow you access down into the marbled spire. Hopefully, you can either get some information or help file for another title. I'm not sure. Everything from what I was told is labeled alphabetically down there, and we were just simply told it's not in that section, that it was not filed. But we do know that it was filed. We do have had the paperwork saying that it was filed properly and in a certain section. As for our merchant's license, she should also be able to give you that information, but we were also told that there was no proof of purchase for that as well. I
Well, let's go prove it.
would greatly appreciate that. We have a decent amount of money, but nothing of great value to give you.
Well,
You're-
I think if, from what I understand, if we get the forge back up and running, and you guys working again, that's the forge that would make maybe some quality weapons.
That is something that Harold can do. I could definitely do that. I would enjoy that greatly. It's about one thing that I am good at.
I don't really use anything heavy like that, but I'm sure our friend here would be interested. If we succeed, maybe we can discuss a trade.
We could definitely do that. I believe I could put him to work. Well, I would say on that note then, you should get some rest, as you're going to have a very busy day tomorrow.
Busy day of research. One of my favorite kind of days.
You guys can get busy with that. I don't know if I'm gonna be much help.
Why not?
Well, I mean, never been too much of a reader.
No
You
time
read
like the
your
present.
opponent, and that's about it.
Wait, what'd you say? I actually didn't hear you. What did Sophia just say?
Oh, I said you can read your opponent.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's the only reading I do.
Well, I need to get some rest before tomorrow.
Do you have rooms, or do you just want us to sleep or make ourselves comfortable in the living space?
I have a couple of rooms available upstairs. We have 4 rooms total. And then, obviously, a large couch.
Well, if it's not too much trouble, since you have 4 rooms, I'd like to take one.
Of course. Pick any of the rooms you want upstairs.
You pick patience.
All right. Take one of the rooms How many rooms are there upstairs?
4 rooms.
4. All right. Yeah, I'll pick one.
And I'll walk in the same room you pick. And just toss my stuff down.
They're rather large, kind of large-ish, like medium-ish on the bigger end side rooms. There's only one bed in the room though, but it's a spacious-looking bed with kind of like little, like chairs and like little side sofa type stuff.
I'm gonna look through the rooms. Is there any room with more than one bed in it?
No.
Then I'll look for a room with the biggest bed in it, or one that has a sofa in it.
They all have kind of like chairs and whatnot, but there is one that has like a love seat sofa type deal, like a little bit bigger.
Oh man.
What? They're dwarves. They're not big people.
I'm gonna start spreading my bedroll out on the floor.
As will I.
Yeah, I'll have picked the most spacious room I could have. And then have Axel follow me.
Okay. You guys make your way into your individual rooms that you pick. Slowly and surely, you guys watch as Evelyn kind of like giddily walks by you guys, like talking, like mumbling under her breath, like, "Oh, books, and I am really excited." And you kind of watch her walk off into a room. You can hear her continuing to mumble as she shuts the door behind her.
That's adorable. Patience is like, I don't want to read. And Evelyn's like, oh my god, I can't wait. We got another Kaylin.
You
Don't wish for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no.
that's a double-edged sword there, but that's a double-edged
Oh,
sword
boy.
right there. I got which side of Kaylin we talking here?
Bring it on, Evelyn. Do
Are
it.
we are we talking
it.
like lame old wheat in the field
No.
boring Kalen?
But
Or are we talking about like
look
Oh, so
what
we
look
talking
what
mad
happened
lad?
though.
Like
Look what happened though. So it could be very gentle in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, so Evelyn can do that. All of a sudden, she just shit hits the fan, and she just like calls 3 packs.
How do you know, and why would you judge? That's awful. Jeez, Nova.
Just do it. Just do it.
Anyways, you make your way to your individual rooms and begin to kind of hunker down, get comfortable. Anybody doing anything in the meantime? No? Okay.
No.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I'd probably chit chat with Axel a little bit about the blade and kind of what happened. Nothing like super major, just kind of like catch up about kind of everything that happened. Like what he makes of the blade, and if he's gonna like chance really getting a good feel for it outside of like it being hidden in that cloth.
Yeah, I'll probably take a closer look at it once we have a little bit more free time.
Okay. So you sit down in your room.
Oh.
No. He's talking to me.
Oh.
He's just telling me that he'll probably take a look at it when we have some free
Oh,
time.
got it. My bad. Misread that one.
Like, I'm gonna take it out right now.
I was like, all right, that's what you want to do.
Round 2.
Okay. So you guys kind of discuss, the blade and what you're gonna do with it, and taking a look at it at a further date. Yeah, but nobody wants to do that, Evelyn.
Corrupt AF.
Leave it
Yeah,
alone.
but we're all corrupt AF. Are you gonna just destroy all of us?
You don't know what she's gonna do.
Exactly. Maybe. Maybe.
I like the way she thinks.
Bring them to Mount Doom and shove them
Oh,
into
see,
the fire.
there's the second half of Kaylin right there.
See?
Peeking his head, see? Son of a bitch. All right, well, guess
Or
we have that.
Before we know, we're gonna all wake up dead. How do you wake
Evelyn
up
just
dead? I don't know.
no, she's gonna be.
Alive
It's
and
gonna
go
be
to
like
sleep.
it's gonna be like one of those Halloween movies. You guys just gotta like wake up. And she's gonna be standing at the edge of the bed, just. What are you doing in here, Evelyn? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to make sure you're sleeping well. Good night. Just like leaves. Okay. Good night. Technically, actually, you wouldn't even know she was in your room. I mean, if she wanted to just go spider mode and yeah, or a direwolf.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
actually.
just fucking creepy. Okay, I get
Mm.
like what is that the movie Lazarus. I don't know if anybody ever saw that.
Mm-mm.
Oh my god, with the dog like staring in the door at the lady sleeping.
Yeah,
Oh,
I wouldn't
gives me
enjoy
chills.
that.
Gives
Not
me
good.
chills. I can't.
Oh, the only thing the only thing that comes to the forefront of my mind when I like think of dogs staring at me like creepily, like really scarily, is the Never-Ending Story, The Nightmare.
Yeah,
Mm.
right. Yeah.
Every time. I'm sorry, I'm a grown man. I'm almost 40, and that shit scares the
Yeah,
hell
but
out
that
of
was
me
a
still.
kids movie, and when we were
I
kids,
mean,
we
that
did not have
traumatized the
any
shit out of me.
place. We didn't have any
That
place watching that shit.
traumatized the shit out of me. That one moment. I mean, it's your essence.
I don't know.
It's
You're a
touching,
dog. You can't really grip onto the knife though.
touches it, picks it up with her mouth.
Oh,
Or like if
shit.
I like grabbed it with my mouth and ran away, like would I go full Cujo? That would be terrifying. Direwolf? Oof.
Rabbit dog.
I mean, there's only one way to find out. I think you should. Just saying. Never know. Could be good. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe you would heal everybody. You should try it.
Cleanse everything.
She'll solve world hunger.
Exactly. By eliminating
Never
everyone.
know.
The Blades World Hunger.
Yeah.
True.
As you guys kind of have your discussions and you lay down for sleep during the night, nothing comes to any of you. You sleep peacefully and find yourselves kind of well rested. And you find yourself waking the next day to the smell of breakfast.
Fuck yeah, best time of the day. I'm not gonna rush out of the room. Kind of enjoying the separation.
For once, there's not a whole lot of bullshit happening downstairs.
Right? Yet.
Yet, true.
We got some shit to hash.
Ah, why did I open my fat mouth?
Yeah, I'll get up. Axel's probably already awake because he usually is before me.
Meet downstairs.
Yeah, and we suggest we head downstairs and get some brekkie.
Yeah.
And we'll head on down. Is anybody downstairs yet, or is it just Mrs. Bean making breakfast?
It's Mrs. Bean.
Oh, good morning. Do you need any help?
No, I should be fine here. You guys have a busier day than I do. I'm just gonna sit here and do a whole lot of nothing.
Well, we sure appreciate the hospitality.
Well, it's not every day that you meet a new band of adventurers training under your ex-girlfriend. So, you know, to one,
Fair.
to all.
Fair. I'll take a seat at the table.
Sounds good. Just kind of a basic spread. There's like some sausages, potatoes, eggs, bits and pieces of what you think is bacon. It smells different.
Oh, Evelyn's gonna love this. Come and get some food, Evelyn. You know you want to eat it.
Sorry,
Come and get it.
what was the food?
Eggs, something that smells like bacon or looks like bacon. Some like sausages and then like potatoes and stuff.
I trust Mrs. Bean.
Okay.
What if she doesn't know? Her food is corrupted. That's the question. The question is, does everybody use it knowingly or unknowingly? It's like a pandemic spreading throughout the food.
We
I'm
don't
stipulating
know.
here. I'm
But I'm
stipulating.
pretty sure I did like detect plants, and we didn't detect it anywhere near us last time. So
You detected the the poison, brain fart, but yeah, the poisonous weed basically. Yeah, and you didn't detect it anywhere nearby.
yep. So
I'm gonna load up a plate and start eating. Wait for everybody else to meander down.
Does everybody else meander?
Yes.
Yay.
Yes. Okay. So slowly you watch as Patience and Sophia. No, Patience, not Sophia, unless she says yes. Okay, maybe not. Slowly meander their way down into the main dining room table area to start eating food. Uh, KB, Axel, and Sophia, do you also join the rest of your party?
Yep.
Mhm.
I don't know what is.
Oh, I brought Axel with me.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure he was ing me.
Mhm.
The was
I
because
know.
he didn't have a choice because I brought him with me.
Fair enough. God, I love black licorice. No.
Do you actually?
There's people that like it.
Bruh.
What the fuck likes black licorice?
I
Do you
cannot
like root beer?
stand Jaeger for that exact reason, because
Do you
it
like
tastes like
root
that
beer?
shit.
Root beer.
Wow.
Yes.
Root
yay
beer.
bombs.
Yeah,
That's
bombs
different.
are better than black licorice.
No, root beer
You know what?
literally is the same thing.
It's
I
It's
don't.
not the same thing.
completely different.
I don't even need the Yeg bomb portion. I will literally just drink straight Yeg. Right out of
Disgusting.
put it in the freezer and give it to me just absolutely on the ice. Nom nom. But yeah.
Ew. Ew.
But as you slowly all make your way down to the dining room table, you guys sit and begin to dish up your food and eat. As you're slowly joined by Mrs. and Mr. Bean as she kind of walks. Mr. Ladybug, piss off and get off my screen. Thank you. Butthole. But you guys are slowly joined by the two of them, who, Mr. Bean looks like he went through a hurricane and then came out of it. Hair kind of is all disheveled, his beard's all poofed out in random ass directions. And Mrs. Bean sits and politely eats her breakfast. So, what are your plans for the day? Yeah, got coffee ready. Yeah, it's real good. Real good breakfast, my love.
I
Yes, honey, I'm talking to the rest of them. You're chewing loudly again. Thank you. Oh, um, I'm, um, I'm sorry. It's really good though.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna go visit that marble spire and maybe look into finding this Nathaniel individual in the miner's cap.
Sounds like a plan. Um, if I were you, I would probably get moving sooner than later, as you will. It does take a while to get down to the lower ring. That is where the marbled spire is. Mm. Oh, are you very excited? It seems that she's ready to go. You finished your she finished her breakfast already. Well, it looks like one of you is ready to leave, like now. Would you like anything to go? Snacks or anything?
I'm gonna look at Evelyn just because she stood up abruptly, and I mentioned two things, and I'm gonna kind of question. Oh, are you wanting to go to the spire first, or are you excited about Nathaniel?
The moment you say spire, she just turns and like her face is like wide-eyed and like she is very much so excited at the fact that you said books, library, and spire all in one word.
Research.
Oh, okay. Well, perhaps we'll do that first then. Well, if everybody's done, I suppose we can make our way up there.
You ready to go?
Well,
Me? Yeah.
well, before you take off,
What about kibbles?
she leaves and comes back really quick and like sits down on the table.
Where's
Individual
Cabus?
individual little like pouches, probably like as big as your fist, tied up, and like on the top there's like a little string that you can kind of carry. It's almost like a little tiny bag with like a little twine purse holding string. I did pack you guys some snacks for the day, as I don't know when I'll see you again, if at all. So do enjoy, and good luck. Hopefully you find something.
Thank you.
Very kind.
I'll put the pouch in my pack.
No. Do I get one of those too, my love? I mean, it's it the biscuits like last night that you made? Herod, what have I said about talking with your mouth? Get up out of the table and go sit in the living room.
Damn.
No, I just...
Do I get
Harold,
to go snack?
We have guests. Hush up, please. Okay. I'll just continue eating my bread over here. And he kind of like gets up and scoots across the room and like sits down at a tiny little table and pulls like a tray across his lap and like looks back at the group.
Harold. A simple man. Well, I'll thank Sarah again, and then I'll walk to the door.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, and do tell Nathias I said hi. He was very helpful the last time I was down there.
Matthias?
Nathias, yes.
Nathias, okay. Let me make a note of that. Nathias. All right.
If you make your way out of the house and you take a left, go back out into the main courtyard where you guys came down from the upper ring. On the exact opposite side of the chasm, there should be another one. You can't miss it. There's a giant gated off elevator that heads down. There will probably be several guards around it checking IDs and that, which allows you to go down.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and good luck.
Yeah, we don't need luck.
Okay.
Luck is for the ill-prepared.
Well, then you guys should be just fine.
I'm gonna awkwardly leave.
Harold kind of looks up as you guys are all leaving and just like, why?
Later.
All right. You guys make your way out into the streets and back out into Molten Hammer proper.
Unless anybody wants to say or do anything, I'd say for expediency, we can just make our way to the elevator and head down.
Yeah, I'm happy just to go to the library.
You power walk across the courtyard out into the main street. People are kind of out moving around. You do get a lot of really weird looks. Pretty much everybody on this floor that you're noticing as you walk by them are all either gnomish or dwarven. There are a few other races, like a couple humans, maybe a half orc here and there, and some genasi. But overall, like 98% gnomish and or dwarven. Your group is definitely very aware that you are being watched by everybody. But you do kind of notice as you guys go across the main courtyard and street, several hundred feet away, you see a large elevator. Unlike the other one that kind of brought you down, which was more just generic, like metal bars, elevator, closed doors, and whatnot that brought you down. This one has a intricate gold details to it. It's not just like bars and like square. It's like a archway that comes up into two doors that open wide open, and it's glass and tempered metal and tempered glass that kind of runs the outside of the lining of this thing. It has like silver trim. The inside has like a bench seat that runs around the whole thing, and kind of like plush seating. And as you walk up towards the elevator that takes you up to the upper ring is on the other side.
Where headed to the lower ring?
That is for nobility and so forth.
Yes, we were given access. We are representing our client. No, not over at KB.
Representing your client.
I'll
Oh,
show
over at
him
KB.
the card. Yeah.
Please bring the card here. You kind of walk over to him, present the card. He looks at it for a moment, looks back at you guys. Keep out of trouble. Go down to the lower level. Make your way straight across the road and to the library. I'm assuming that is where you're going. You're going to look at the deeds for the beans.
Not my head.
Aye. Stay out of trouble. You are being watched.
Understood.
Let them through. And you watch as the two kind of stand to the left and the right of this like elongated door, and you're let through. As you step inside, the doors they're closed behind you. And it is very comfortable. The moment the doors close, you kind of go from this like have you ever been in a cave where you kind of like you feel like that moisture and the dampness of like the cave, almost like climate controlled elevator. And the sound, it goes just absolutely, you don't hear anything. It's like almost soundproof. You begin to get lowered down, and after several moments, it just like before, it opens up into a very wide cavern. This one's a lot smaller than the other one. I mean, it's still very large when you're looking down on it. It's still incredibly large, but you can definitely tell it's a little smaller. This one, as you come down, all the walls are like large sections, several hundred feet high, almost like giant church windows, have been carved into the side of this next ring, allowing you to view outside of the dreidel, the upside down dreidel, basically. and you see waterfalls of lava pouring off the side of the stone structures, pouring down to what you're assuming is a giant pit full of lava, an active volcano. And you can see tubes being run that have lava running through it. Intricate houses and large manors are built down here, and everything is gated off. And then in the far distance, you see almost like 3 peaks where everything around here is kind of like dark greens, obsidian, rock looking, dark browns, and there's some vibrancy and some colors. In the far distance, you see 3 peaks, almost 3 towers that kind of come out of a bright, almost pearl marble building that stands almost to the very top of this whole level. You see this giant, like these 3 giant peaks that just continue all the way up, and it's what you assumed is the marble spire. You come to a halt. As you come to a halt and both doors are open in front of you, you get some kind of weird looks as you guys exit onto this floor, and immediately what you notice is the very few people that are walking around right now are intricately dressed up. Like the high collared shirts that come up to where it's like almost suffocating them, and it leaves just like the tiny little slit where the Adam's apples are. The women are walking around in full dress attires with hair done up and makeup. You do see some people that are being pulled like cart and buggy style, where there's individuals in in this not cart but a like a carriage style, but like much smaller. Maybe 1 or 2 people fit in it, and you see either half orcs or groups of goblins that are pulling these carts along with these very rich people sitting in the back of them, and they kind of eye you as they go by.
Come on,
Okay.
people. Pick up.
So as you exit and you kind of eye down and see all these people walking around, you begin to walk towards the 3 marble, the spires, continually getting weird looks from everybody. You're a very ragtag group that kind of sticks out for the rest of it.
Oh shit.
What?
Nah, just never mind. Continue.
Okay. After like 10 or 20 minutes of walking, lots of shops, but what you notice is it's like bakeries and whatnot, and there is an absurd amount of tailors. It's almost like a McDonald's. Every other block, you see like a new tailor or a new place or new coats or new dresses or top hats or all these like intricate clothing stores. Like Door of Apostle and Hall of Gnome and like all these different stores, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? And it's like all these different styles, and like this is
And there's
tight
just-
and this is
And there's literally just a Paxson somewhere.
pack gnome.
Banana gnomish.
Yeah, exactly.
With an
You just see
emphasis
like
on
all
a
these
G.
like gnomes. And you see all these different stores, and it's an absurd amount of of tailoring stores. There's some like other things in between there, but actually like another thing that you pick up is there's no armor, no anything blacksmithing that you can tell down here. You don't hear even like the sound of somebody tinging metal, or it's kind of eerie for you. Like at least most towns, you always hear that somewhere, but it's very much not present here. It's the
Hmm.
opposite.
Gotcha.
Weaving only.
Hmm.
All the finery kind of stuff.
But after about 20 minutes, you do make your way to these two extremely large doors, and this gated off building, this marbled building that's like gates. It has two giant gates that run around, not two giant gates, one gate that runs around the whole thing that comes to a gated door, and then beyond that are these two giant marbled doors that you see people. They're slightly cracked open, but I would say they're probably like 150 feet, 100 feet high, roughly, and like probably 100 feet high and like I would say like 25 or 50 feet wide. And you see like they've been pulled out, not all the way, but they're pulled out, and people are walking in and out. And you do see two guards kind of standing on each side of this gate that runs around the entire building as well.
Damn. Approach. I'm curious, does it look like people are just walking in without anything from the guards?
1 second, I'm just reading something. As you walk up, you're stopped once again. And the guards kind of look at you like, why are you here? Immediately, KB, you kind of flash the card and you're giving kind of a nod, and they open the gates to you where you walk. Now you're within the actual gated portion, where it looks like people are walking in and out of this marbled building. You see them sitting on benches. You see other people kind of sitting out in the grass, and everybody seems to be reading or having some kind of scroll or some kind of information, and everybody kind of seems to be soaking in whatever knowledge they can get.
So I'll kind of say to the group, I think they've already had people come in and review the documents that are filed here. So I don't think we're going to find anything doing that. I feel like our best bet is to go to the section where these types of documents are kept, and then find someone there. And we'll need to convince them to give us some information that they wouldn't likely give to anyone.
Ooh, good plan.
So,
Well, first I want to
Those-
determine if the deed is here. And I particularly asked for details on it. I should be able to describe it well enough to see if it's here.
okay. Yes, we'll do that. If assuming that we don't find any of the documents that we need then what we will need is a mark. So we'll have to keep your eyes peeled. I'm obviously whispering this to people.
Obviously.
For people that work here, we may need to tail them home. We may need to see where they live. We may need to learn about their families.
Ooh, I like where this is going. I say that in character, by the way.
We need a mark that we will be able to leverage to get the information we need. Because I don't think that we'll find it otherwise.
I like it. It's a good plan.
So let's spend some time trying to find the documents. And if we're not able to do that, I think we pivot to finding the person that can give us the information we need.
And
Because
blackmail
someone
them.
here knows.
Are you sure you haven't interacted with nobles before?
Well,
Well, the idea
No,
is genius.
not
Every
much.
single one I've met has some dark secret they don't want people finding out about.
Yeah, they got to.
Blackmail. It's powerful.
Sophie has a big smile on her face. She likes that idea.
Oh yeah. So does Nova. Well, in the
All right.
meantime, do we set the sapling free so she can do some research? And when I say
I think
sapling,
so.
I motion to Evelyn.
I think she would have already wandered away by now.
Set the sapling free.
Out of curiosity, Evelyn, roll me a stealth check.
Stealth check.
Please and thank you.
My
That's-
passive perception is 17. I'm
Okay.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's
I mean,
totally
if
not.
it is, that's good to know.
It's 12.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm stealthing, but I need to do a D4 for guidance.
Probably because you just like snuck away.
funny,
18, 14 plus 4.
Oh baby. Okay, so
yeah.
it's not so much that you sneak away. It's more you get
I wasn't trying to
so
sneak. I was
Yeah.
literally just like enamored with all the books that it was like, you guys are talking about your plan, but I'm really just interested in reading.
Yeah. So what the rest of you don't see is the moment you guys kind of walk through the main doors and you're having this little conversation, and you guys are like really, or not, like you guys are right on the cusp of the large marble doors, and you guys are having this like powwow. Evelyn just saw just enough through the doors that she can see books being moved by magic, so they're like floating through the air and like resorting themselves and putting themselves back into the proper places. And she just kind of walks in and starts looking for whatever she just it's like that it's like for those of us who are parents, when you have that kid and you're at Walmart and all of a sudden you turn around and they're just fucking gone. It's kind of like
Exactly
that.
like that.
I don't have kids, but I've been that kid.
Yeah.
Same.
And Evelyn just she doesn't mean to sneak away, but you guys are so engrossed in your conversation that she just kind of like, oh, books floating, oh my god, and like just walks off.
Whoa.
So I still would have said that, not
Magic.
knowing that she disappeared. The whole, should we set the sapling free?
Yeah, and you turn around and she's just gone.
Where is she?
Oh, spoke too soon. She set herself free.
Damn.
Oh, she can't get in without us.
She's good.
Let's go. We better find her. Hop off toward the library.
Okay, you guys walk through, and as you walk through, immediately, you walk through, and books are like kind of going across the room. They're floating a couple 100 feet above your head, resorting themselves, and it is walls you can't even fathom. Like as you look up, it's just walls and walls and walls and walls and walls and walls of books and
Damn.
information and scrolls, and it's just like this big spiral that continues straight up. And you see like people grabbing books and books floating, and people scooting like the little stairs to get to higher portions of these other balconies to grab other books. You see like little pockets of like tables and chairs that are like little work study stations. You see people reading through things, and then ouch, you look farther back and you see kind of like another section where it's just like straight hallways of like scrolls and whatnot that are kind of done up, and yeah, like candles that are kind of like floating midair, like Hogwarts style stuff. And as you do walk in, you do see Evelyn about 75 feet to your right down a hallway, and she's literally just like taking books off the shelf, like, oh, and like tucking them under her arm, and she looks at another one. Nope. Looks at 3 more. You see her grab another book, and she's got like 5 books, and you can just hear her continually keep stacking these books under her arm.
Oh, wow. Found some reading material?
Did I find anything of what I was looking for there, teacher?
Roll a perception check for me.
He's gonna whisper to patients. Oh, the librarian's back in town over bitches.
14 plus 2, 16.
16, and you are looking. So, you find a couple of books on, like, not, I wouldn't say history. Yeah, kind of like history of, like, previous, like, organizations, cults, type stuff like that. You do find a couple herbology books on local plants, plants of the Ridar Kingdom. You do find another book on like the local dynasties. So the Voyaris, Molten Hammer, Kalor, and then the previous Dionara um, uh, lineage that used to rule over Omira. So, what you find within them, we'll have to find out. But you do find some books that are interesting.
Okay.
Might get you that information. But
Well,
yeah,
I
you
guess
see her
I'm
holding
reading
up
them.
5 books. Yeah, you see her kind of find these 5 books, and she's kind of smiling as she shows you the 5 books that she found. And she immediately kind of like right next to where you guys came in to the right, she kind of sits down at a little table and chairs that's kind of right around the corner there, and you see her just kind of begin to crack books open, and she looks at you like, you need something? And just kind of begins to turn pages and read.
I was gonna say, when she kind of like flashed the book, was there anything noteworthy that I could make out?
I mean, you see kind of what I described. You
Okay.
see the books on herbology. You see kind of like some lineage type stuff. You
So
see
just basic, but nothing.
yeah,
Just
yeah, nothing.
like okay.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of cock a half smile at her. Well, enjoy your reading. We're gonna be wandering about.
Doesn't even acknowledge you. Face down in the book, you can just see her smiling ear to ear grin as she just is reading attentively.
Oh boy, created a monster. All right. I'm gonna try to head towards the section that we know the deeds are potentially stored in.
You don't know where that is?
Well, fuck. Do I see somebody that looks like they know?
There's what you notice when you walk in is the people that seem to be working there are dressed in long, almost like dark purple robes with like gold chains that hang around their neck with a medallion.
I'm gonna approach one of them.
Okay. You walk up to a almost like skinnier, like thinner dwarven male.
Pardon me. We're new to this area. Would you be able to point us in the direction of where we would find information on deeds?
Of course. You would go down this hallway and you would look for the elongated black hallways to the deeds, creeds, and titles. You will look for the 3rd stair on the right-hand side, making your way up the stairs that will take you to the 2nd level. On the 2nd level, you will take the elevator down to basement 2. In basement 2, you will find the desk for the individuals that run the titles and deeds.
So we need to go up to go down. Oof.
Did you not hear me?
I heard you.
You will go down the
No.
hallway.
I got it. Thank
from
you.
the-
I got it. Thanks. Thank you so much. I've got it. Thank you.
You are most welcome. If you need any more assistance, please inquire. Appreciate
I think we are good. Thank you.
So where do we need to go?
No, I'm gonna walk away.
Down the hallway.
Actually, I got one more thing.
Of course.
Do you guys have a culture study section?
We have multiple culture study sections. What cultures would you be looking forward to? Would you be looking forward to the Nolish Society or the studies of Yangu?
Yeah, that's the one.
Ah, you would be looking to go down the hallway. You will take a right at the T instead of going up to the second floor. At the right at the hallway, you'll make your way down the hallway looking for the purple staircase that will take you to the second floor. On the second floor, you will look for the sections on null counterparts and creatures and species of the desert. And that is where you will find your section.
I was like half expecting him to say, "Go to the elevator and go to the basement." Seems like they could eliminate some of this with just taking an elevator straight down instead of going up first.
Right. Thank you.
You are most welcome. Anybody else here looking for information or things along those regards? He kind of looks at the group.
I walked towards the T just to wait for everybody because I didn't want to hear him spiel again.
And I'm just walking past.
Sir, are you looking for the education and acclimation of goblins into the greater society of Radar?
Is this
No,
does this library have any spell scrolls or spell books?
we do, but they are prohibited from the general public.
Denied.
I see.
You could go down to
Access
the third floor,
denied.
and from the third floor take the elevator to the fourth floor. On the fourth floor, you will file a permit with the Greater Magical Society, which will in turn give you access, when granted. Usually applications take anywhere from 6 to 8 months. This will grant you access to the Greater Magical Files, allowing you to be guided and have a person, curator as myself, follow you along to ensure that you can read the books and you keep all copies within the building.
Sounds like an easy process.
All permits must be filed in a timely manner. They can only be taken on Mondays and Thursdays from 3 to 5 o'clock. At 3 or 5 o'clock, your processing will take turn, and within 6 to 8 months, you will get back within a general timeline. Do you have 3 forms of identification?
Jesus.
Well, just
You must
go
make
back
me
to the
spit my
deeds,
drink
thank
out.
you.
Please bring your passport, license, and birth certificate.
And we need 2 utility bills.
Yes, please. Most recent. Also,
And your
blood or
blood
semen
type.
sample. Yes.
Oh my god, what is this? BMV? I'm just trying to get a fucking permit.
Sir, we don't appreciate that kind of language here.
I feel like
Please,
a good-
make your
I
way to
feel
the
like
end of the line. Did you take a
A
number?
good portion of our party would have a tough
Man,
time
what the
producing a
fuck?
semen sample.
Yeah, we don't really have very many options for that. Oh my god, that's funny. I'm just hanging out at the T, waiting, like looking back at everybody, waiting for them to meander.
Yeah, after I
their way.
concluded my business, I went to go meet with you.
He's not slow. He talks with purpose. Jeez, Evelyn.
It's literally, that was the perfect gift for that. Like, carry on, sir. Carry on.
That's exactly how he was talking.
And
Anyways.
then you'll go to
And
the
then
hall.
you will make... No, I'm just kidding. You make your way down to the T. Is the rest of the party following?
So if Axel's
I want
going,
to go to the deeds.
I was gonna say if Axel wants to go to if he goes to go down a different hall, I will go with him.
Ooh, the party's splitting up. So,
What? Who could have ever foreseen this?
Am I still reading? Am
Oh,
I
yeah,
still
you're-
like? Yeah. Okay. Then yeah,
you're
I'm
still... Yeah, you're still balls deep in the books.
We all know where each other is. There's only one way in and out of this building, so
Oh,
That we
no.
know of.
that we know of. True.
Oh, no.
There we go, Frosty.
That we know
But Frosty makes his way down to the end of the hallway
Axel.
towards the T. Axel, thing of a gun, and the rest of the group. Are you guys making your way up the staircase
To the dark tunnel.
to the dark
of.
tunnel?
Yeah, to the left, the dark tunnel. Yeah. Is Axel gonna go to the right, where the dude told him to go?
No. Once he meets up with you, he'll mention like, I might want to pick something up later, but we can do that as we're making our way out.
All right. Okay, I guess the group is sticking together, minus the sapling that's studying at the front.
I mean, she's doing her thing. She's just
Holy
right
shit.
into
I'm
it.
literally gonna call her sapling from now on.
This never happens.
When I'm Sparkles, we got Blueberry. Sapling.
Sparkles, blueberry, furball, sapling.
What is KB? Well, I mean, we call him Kibbles all the time.
Kibbles.
Yeah.
Kibbles.
What about Sophia?
Kibbles, K-Biz, K-Busy, So-So.
Well, that's only your thing.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
No one else is allowed to call her that.
I'm gonna start calling her So just to piss you off.
Ooh, dick move. But as you guys make your way
You're
to the
testing
T,
our patience.
Me literally.
as you guys make your way
Oh,
to
you're
the T,
trying my patience.
and kind of Axel kind of gives you the word that he'll come back when he has the time to get that other piece of information that he's looking for. You guys instead take the left, head up the stairs to the second floor, looking for the elevator, which you in turn take down to basement 1. In basement 1, you begin to look for the roundabout turn that he told you to take down, and you head down the hallway to a dark corridor where you are greeted by a front desk individual, a gnomish... Pardon my French, don't write that down.
Is this the lady?
My bad.
Is this Ufred?
This is you are greeted by a skinny, very very skinny Air Genasi male with huge rimmed glasses, and he seems to be face down reading a book sitting at his desk.
Pardon.
Doesn't say anything, is still very invested. You see him turn a page after several moments.
I'm gonna tap my finger on his desk.
Oh. Yes, could I help you?
We're looking to... looking for deeds.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of deeds here. Is there anything in particular that you are looking for?
Beanworks?
Beanworks. I do believe somebody was in here, quite recently. Harold and Sarah, correct? Could I please see your identification to allow you into the, deeds portion of the building?
I'll wait for KB to flash it.
If we might. May I see the card, please? Thank you.
Flash.
He takes out like a
Slide.
he takes out like a little like a wand or something like that, and you watch him like kind of flash it over, and it goes red for a second, and you see the card kind of light up for a split second. Yes, identification is approved, and access granted. Here's your card back. You are looking for the deed to Beanworks. I believe, if you would please follow me, I am Nathias. Please join me this way. And he stands up.
Nathias, Sarah said that you were very helpful last time.
She is very nice. Unfortunately, I do not believe we had the same problem last time, and I tried to tell her that I do not believe anything was filed under the Beanworks. But we can certainly look for it.
Yeah.
Please follow me. And he stands up, and you begin to kind of follow him down these corridors. And as you leave his desk and you kind of make your way out into a general corridor, and it kind of opens up to your right and your left, it is like as far as your eyes can see, rows and like hundreds of feet to your left and your right, just rows down in each direction, like these almost bookcases, and you're just like several hundred scrolls shoved like all the way in, and then it goes all the way down as far as you can see this the opposite way. Let's see if we can find it again. And you see him walking down the aisles, A to B, and now we'll go down this section, and he takes a left and starts heading down another section. You start walking for several moments, B, E, A. Take a right here, and he takes a right down another section. He takes a left down another section, and he heads down further and further. Bean works. Last capital letter is the W, leading me to section 14. 14. And you see him like kind of zero in on this one shelf, and you see him start to move some scrolls around. Yes. Unfortunately, just like last time, the section that should hold bean words alphabetically categorized has been, there's nothing there.
Is there a possibility that it got misplaced into another section by mistake?
We can check the books. If you please follow me. And he leads you back to the front desk, and you see him take out like a giant book.
Hold on, Ginge. Would it
Oh,
be
go ahead.
possible if he like turns to leave and everybody follows, would he notice if I stayed behind?
Possibly.
Can I roll for that?
Roll a stealth check.
Shit. Can I?
Roll the stealth check, please.
I'm going to guidance myself.
Roll stealth. Stealth.
It's ability checks too, right? Yep, sweet. Stealth.
Yes.
Roll.
Stealth. Roll it.
I'm trying.
Roll it.
I'm trying.
Roll it now. Do it.
And I'm gonna add a d4. 14.
Wrong one. Okay. So the group kind of wanders on without you. And what'd you roll?
14.
14. Anybody have a passive perception higher than 14?
I have 15.
Okay. So
It'd
you
be
do notice.
It would be okay for Axel to notice. I don't want the gentleman guiding us to notice.
So
I
you
have
do
a
notice.
I have a 14 exactly.
Okay, so you both notice her kind of like hangs back and leans against the shelf, kind of like blending in a little bit. And you watch as like the rest of your group kind of continues to walk on.
I'm gonna be like very, very like under the table, kind of waving my hand, like keep going. Like trying not to draw attention.
Do you continue going, you two?
Yeah, I'll just sort of nod, and then I'll start walking directly behind Matthias, so that when he looks behind, all he sees is me because I'm like super tall.
Yeah.
Just
You're
in case
pretty much-
just in
you're
case he
taking up,
glances
like-
behind.
Yeah, you're taking up like an entire aisle. You're just like, what?
These fucking libraries are built for dwarves, not fucking gnolls.
Yeah.
Damn boy, he thick.
Your
That's
big
a
ass
thick ass
walking
boy.
down the aisles. He does bring you back to the main desk. And he takes out this like ginormous book that's got chains wrapped around it and kind of begins to undo the chains. In the meantime, what are you doing, Nova?
Okay, and then just as a side note, it wasn't necessary at the time, but I will have initiated Mind Link with Axel, and it is active for an hour. I do not need to see him for it to remain active.
Okay.
And then I'll just give him like a little ping in his head to let him know that I'm there.
Okay.
And I'm going to very quickly try to navigate the insanity for how this shit is sorted and try to find Vivek's blade.
Vivek's blade? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're looking for Vivek's blade's deed. Okay. Um. Roll a. How do I want to do this? Roll a perception check.
Perception. 14.
Okay. Now roll a straight intelligence check to see if you can recall.
Oh, how long is guidance active? Is it only
Those
a
are like
one?
several. It's well, it's not
Um
like a one thing. It's like it lasts for like what is it, like a minute or something like that? 30 seconds.
up to 1 minute.
So.
So I'll roll a d4.
Yeah, I would say you'd be right on the edge of that real fast.
Sweet.
But roll a straight intelligence check to see how much information you can recall with you listening to him walking down the alley, like down these corridors with how everything was labeled and how it was set out.
Well, how he's muttering about how he found Beanworks. I'm just trying to retrace that. Okay, so intelligence.
So 18 for perception.
Yep, intelligence. 4.
E. Okay.
And I probably can't roll my guidance on that, can I?
No, at that point, I gave it for you for the first one
Yeah,
because it
that's
was like
fine.
right on
That's
that
fine.
edge, but then it fades out right after that. So you are able to see kind of how things are labeled. You see like, section 13, shelf 4, and then you see like, like a letter at the very top. So you do see like you see letterings and you see sections and you see shelf numbers, but you're not really sure what it means.
I'm gonna try to, knowing that I'm having a difficult time, try to like look at some of the documents to see like what they're labeled under to see if that helps guide me in the right direction.
Okay. With an 18 perception, you're easily able to do that. Excuse me. You do notice that where you're at right now, where the Beanworks was supposed to be, you see a B up on top. So you look through you looking through these scrolls and like these little papyruses that are rolled up in there, and you see um, uh, Bruidin Dreg's hammer, and you're like, oh, okay, so B. This is a section for B, and then you kind of look down and you notice like this is section 2, so or section 5, and then then you look down where you're at and like Baradin is BE, and so you're like, okay, so capital B E, and then being works, and then you kind of look down, it looks like they have like B and then a section for like the next whatever the syllable is, and then you're kind of looking through that, but you're not sure what the shelf means and how they have them labeled like that.
I'm gonna keep searching.
Okay. Are you staying kind of right where you are right now?
No, I'm gonna, especially if there's multiple rows, I'm gonna try to go to different rows to get closer to V.
Okay. So you just take off walking, and what you feel like 10 minutes, it's like 5 minutes. But what feels like 10 minutes goes by, and you're still like in a B section. And then you just start getting into C, and you're like, holy fuck.
Well,
It's
if
a
I know
lot.
I'm moving in the right direction, I'm just gonna move faster. Because
Okay.
I have a long way to go to get to V.
Okay. The rest of you, standing at the main desk, he takes out this large book, and you hear him mutter a couple of words under his breath, and the book begins to flip, and you see the pages go by really, really, really fast, and it gets to a section where all of a sudden he goes, oh, and right here, Beanworks, title, it looks like they filed title and merchant's license last year. but they recanted and sold the store. So it says here that the deed was actually. Oh, it says the deed was sold, but it gives no. It doesn't give anything here about who it was sold to. But it does look like the. No, it was not sold. Sorry, it does look like. It's very confusing. It says it was moved to a different section as the title is null and void. So it was moved to the null and void section. That is going to be on the left column, 14th section down. If you would just please follow me, I can take you over there right now.
And is there a mention of why it would be void?
It just says the something about payment. Payment was not paid in full, and the title became void. But I believe that we found this. I don't know. It's very confusing. Let's find out. And he kind of goes back out into the hallway and takes you to the left this time down a large hallway, and you walk for some time. And after a while, he kind of brings you to these several like elongated, like almost like DMV type windows, and you walk up. We are looking for Beanworks Voided Scroll 17-32 4A. You see like a goblin kind of come walking to the window with an elongated nose, no hair, and these big long eyebrows. They kind of come out to a big point. One second. Takes out a book and kind of thumbs through it slowly. The scroll was moved from the voided section to the titles and articles section of revamping and prior sales into new acquisitions. That will take you down to section 13-42. Thank you very much. Well, follow me real quick. You guys walk down another alley, or another alley, another walkway. Several moments go by. You go to another window. We're looking for the 17-42 Article A. We're looking for the scroll that got moved here for recent acquisitions. 1 second. A elderly gnome male comes to the window. I see here that scroll 17-43 section A has been moved to the stowing and newly acquisitioned article scrolls into the prior acquisition and newer foreclosures section. That will take you down the hallway. I see
Oh.
Axel's gonna lose his shit. Burn it all down. Burn it. Oh, okay, but that was the last straw.
So,
and my stapler.
after 20 minutes, you are taken back to the prior first window that you ended up at. You're just kept telling that it's at this different section, and actually it got moved to this other section, but it's being filed under this other section. Oh no, actually the scroll got moved and is now not 17-43A, it is now 17-42.A/C, and like you just keep getting like almost like a different thing every single time you talk to these individuals.
Does Matthias notice when we return to the same window?
Yes. And he kind of gets a little irritated, and then he gives the new number, and he just doesn't really know what to do with that information. In the meantime,
enough of this.
Oh.
You can do the meantime thing.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm very sorry. I don't know where this scroll is. It
It's
has
fine.
obviously been moved
Okay.
and placed in a different location. Um, you're
I
welcome to look
appreciate your
around if
help.
you would want to, but I will keep looking myself for this information.
Well, if he points, like he's allowing me to go look around for stuff.
Brain aneurysm, Jesus.
If he lets us walk into the deed section, I would do that.
Yeah,
Uh,
he basically says you're allowed to walk through. He gives you kind of the basic guidelines. You're not allowed to I mean, the whole building in general, you're not allowed to remove the building scrolls or any other items from the actual physical library without authorization from a curator.
Yep.
But you're allowed to look, read whatever you want. Um,
Then I
and
would
you'll
make my way. I don't know, maybe 20 shelves or so. So I'm a good distance away from where Matthias is. Find some spot between two shelves, sit down, and I'm annoyed. I'm gonna cast locate object on the stupid deed. I'm gonna describe exactly what not exactly what Sarah had described, but I'll describe a deed to Beanworks. Um, yeah, I don't think I want to include anything more than that. Uh, yeah, Bean for Deanworks.
So you're looking for the deed for Beanworks. That's what you're looking for.
Yep.
Okay.
And any other details that I think I don't want to include the detail about the emblem because that could have been removed. But any detail that should still be there, the deed, the name of the business, things like that. I'll include those details.
Mm-hmm. 1,000 feet. Okay. Whoops. Jesus. All right. So while you're doing that, Nova, you continue to make your way down hallways and turns and twists, and you're barely this entire 10-15 minutes that they're doing what they're doing, you just started getting into like F's. And you kind of, I mean, you're going in the right direction, but there's a lot to look for. You're kind of getting in that F, J, now you're into K's, and now you're LMNO, and you're just like, holy fuck, how many scrolls are there as you continue walking, and it's just like shelf after shelf after shelf, and you see things being moved, and scrolls kind of going from one shelf to the other stuff, and things being shifted around. You do notice, to your right and left, you do see people kind of walking in and out of the aisles. These people in those long, dark purple robes, and after about 15 minutes, 20 minutes roughly, you do kind of find the V section.
Fucking finally.
What seems like for an eternity, you finally kind of start. You do see one of the shelves says V on it.
Ugh. Okay, then I'm gonna start sifting through until I can see that I've gotten closer to VI.
Okay. With an 18, it takes you another like 10 minutes until you're in that kind of VI section.
I'm gonna look for Vivek's blade.
Okay. Roll another perception check for me.
Alright.
All right.
17.
17. Okay. Takes you about 5 or 6 minutes, and you kind of stumble across it accidentally. You skip over it the first time, and then notice that you get into like a VIZ, and you're like, okay, fuck, I went too far. And you kind of back up, and you look a little bit more, and like weirdly, the scroll is shoved. It's not like in a normal, like they're all in slots. It's kind of like shoved back and behind, like it was like somebody laid it there and didn't put it back in its proper like sitting spot. And you do find what seems to be a large scroll, that has like a V with a sword through it.
Aha! I'm gonna kneel down on the ground and open it up to look at it.
Okay, and you kind of unscrew the one side of the scroll container. You pull out this scroll and you kind of undo the whole scroll, and you lay out on the floor in front of you.
Trying to see if there's something about if Beanworks was tucked into it, like if there was maybe their paperwork was shoved in here, if there's something within here about them acquiring it.
So what you get when you read this is general information about the sale and purchase of the building that they're in now. Basically the rights and ownership of the name Vivek's Blade, the right to sell all pre-owned and whatever equipment that comes in goes out. It does label that due to foreclosure or in need of whatever money, they are allowed to basically buy up foreclosures if something goes into effect that a business is no longer able to pay. They're basically able to buy up the name and the title of another business with only a from only a approval from the head council of the city, which would be kind of what you were told, that gnomish lady. But it would have to go approval through her. It would have to be, run through the city council, and like it's like a bunch of that wording for basically like it's got to have like 17 different steps before it meets approval that they're allowed to buy up other businesses. That way they're not just buying everybody out. It looks pretty legit. Like it doesn't look like there's anything crazy within there that says like, they bought up Bean's work. You don't see anything about Bean's work within the title.
Okay, but I note that they can acquire businesses if they don't pay or something.
It pretty much gives them the right to basically buy up other businesses, other buildings if people aren't able to buy. It gives them the right to, or not right to, but the ability to purchase those items if they go under, with approval from obviously head councils.
Would this be too large to be well concealed within my pack?
I mean, it's pretty damn large. Like, what kind of... do you have, like, a regular pack?
I have I think it's an adventuring pack.
Yes, it would stick out of the top of that.
Fucking hell.
Probably about that much would stick out.
That
It's
black
a
hole
long...
would be perfect right now.
Yeah, it's like a long tube.
Damn. Well, I know it's here. Or I'm gonna make note of where I found it so that if I need to come back in here again,
Okay.
I know where it's at. So I'll put it back together. I'm gonna make sure that there's not any hidden papers attached to it in any way, though, before I put it away. Is it just the Vivek's Blade deed, or is there any other papers with it?
From what you can tell, it is the deed, right of ownership, and kind of like a bill of sales that they've made over the last like 3 years or whatever. You notice, that's pretty much it.
Okay, I'll roll it back up and put it back.
Okay.
And then I'll walk hastily back in the direction of where I know Beanworks was and make sure that I'm looking down the hall that I don't see our little friend anywhere because I don't want to be seen.
So you begin to make your way back towards the BE section that you were looking for. Sophia.
With the intention to kind of get back to the front, but I just don't want to be seen meandering by myself through here by him.
Okay. Sophia, you sit yourself down in the hallway between all the shelves. You kind of get your focus out with a little twig and you get everything ready to go and you begin to speak the words as you cast locate object. It comes in fuzzy at first, but you get a bead on something. And it takes you down the hallway directly behind you, like right at the edge of your vision almost. Like that 1,000 feet.
Okay. Well, I'll stand up and be like, I have something. It's not too close by, but here. And I'll start making my way that direction. I don't know if anyone's coming with me.
Making my way downtown.
I'll make my way
Walking
downtown.
fast, smoking grass, eating ass. Do 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 do. Oh, what? Sorry.
Yeah.
You make your way down the hallway. Kind of getting some weird looks from some of the other curators. You pass a lot of to your left, you pass a lot of the windows where you got all the other information, where the file was possibly moved to. After several minutes of walking around up and down these alleys, or not alleys, but these rows.
Do I get a sense of like what section this is taking us to?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
Because after a while, on the shelves above you, like the lettering goes away. And it becomes like shelving that has numerical values attached to it. And several moments later, you're led to two large doors that are shut. And on the top of the top of the door is Dwarven.
Do I feel like I'm close to where this thing is?
You
Or is
feel
this door
like
just-
it's about 20 feet in front of you.
Okay. Then I'll look at the group and be like, it's inside. Guess what that means?
So
Be a
it's
good
in
time
here.
to have a spider.
Yeah. First, I'm gonna step away from this place. Get a good maybe 2 minutes away, and then I'm gonna pull out my book and be like, let's figure out what that stupid sign says. I'm gonna ritual cast comprehend languages,
Okay.
and then return to this place. Figure out what that sign says.
And it says. There it is. Damn, I suck today. It says, head curator and consultant Uferin Pelfid.
Head consultant and what?
Head curator or head consultant and curator Uferin Pelfid.
This is the office of Ufrin Pelvid. Wasn't that the person that they said might help us?
Well, if he was gonna help us, why is it in like a secured location?
I think you guys were all there when I got this information, but from what Sarah told us, Ufrin Pelfid was the gnomish advisor to the king that keeps track of the records and information within the city.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
right.
Yep. Not necessarily something that would help us.
Yeah, and it said that she
And-
has many assistants. Nathias was very helpful to Sarah last time.
Yep.
So I don't think it was so much that she would help us, it was more that she was the advisor.
Hmm.
We need to get in there somehow.
I mean, I can go invis, but that might not be enough.
Might be time to try out that new spell I learned.
New spell. Wait, which one?
Thought I figured out how to unlock doors. And other locations.
Unlock doors. That sounds pretty useful.
Only it's quite loud.
Oh. Well, maybe not then.
Yeah. Well,
clack, clack, clack.
we might want
God
to find,
damn it! That jump
And you-
scared me.
You
We
turn
might want to
around.
find Evelyn.
You turn around to see a gnomish female with bright pink hair in kind of like a pixie cut pulled back into like the Karen hair where it flips in the front and then it's like spiky in the back.
Would we have heard her coming?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like the clack, clack, clack.
Gotcha.
You
Yeah,
hear-
yeah.
You
I
hear the
think
high
we
heels
would've-
coming down.
I don't think there's
hall.
any chance we would have just stood here gawking at this door.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
Like-
you said you
Like,
stepped away like 2
we
minutes.
returned to look to quickly get a read of what the door is.
Yeah.
But then we would have gone a couple shelves, like, we would have gone back away from it. I don't think we're not just standing here gawking at it.
No, I figured you were probably down a couple shelves away from the
Yeah,
door.
yep.
Yeah. But you see this short gnomish female walking down with kind of purple and like gold, the gold chain obviously, and then like embroidery throughout the entire outfit. Kind of she passes you guys and continues walking down the rows of like away from you towards her doors, and she kind of looks out of you out of the side of her eyes. And after a moment or two, you see her kind of look behind, and you see as she unlocks the door, opens the door up, steps through, and you hear a click on the other side of the door. And you assume that was Ufrin Pelfid. And that's where we'll end our night. As you guys are standing, I would say 2 rows away, so about 25 feet away, staring at the main door as Ufrin walked by to check something within her office.
Well.
So she opens the door.
It's gonna be do or die.
Say we just kill her.
Just
Bitch better have my money.
The easy method.
Slaughter her.
bitch better have my money.
Started blasting.
Yeah. So I started blasting.
Axel just kicks the whole front door in. All right, where is it?
FBI open up.
But you guys leave off staring at the door. One of you guys is making your way back towards the main curator, and the other one's just reading books attentively. And that's where we'll end. So thank you for coming, stream. We appreciate it. I know it seems like a lot, but the group is finally gathering information, not just killing everything.
Right?
So
Yeah,
That's for
we'll
next
see.
session.
We'll see. It's
for
too
now,
early.
for now, it is early. It actually is very, very early.
Man, all this fucking reading and shit, so boring. I just want to punch stuff.
You know what? All in due time. Settle down there, someone. But
Alright, stream. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you next week, Wednesday, 8:30 Central. In the meantime, be safe, be kind, and we'll see you next time.
We'll get the punching.
Uses.